We're going to talk to Miss Molly Ochoa.
Groovy. Well, shout out to everybody who is still on and made it to this end of the video. Woohoo! It's like a dance party. You guys probably have seen me in the group as well, and I'm super excited to speak to everybody because I have so much love for this business plan, which I fell in love with first, and then when I reached out to tell Heather what an impact it had had on my life, I totally fell in love with Heather, which makes so much sense because just connected with, I felt like I found my tribe with you guys. So, and I just adore Heather. And again, I want to repeat what Joanne said, just giving all of this, and really asking nothing in return is just, it blows my mind. So, when I've been in Arbonne for a while, been a big fan, started my business thinking I was just going to use it to raise money for charity and all that stuff, and thought what a cool, cool product and cool business plan and all that. But I quickly became an example of what Rita Davenport, our retired president, used to say. She used to say a lot of times, prepare for impact. Basically, build a business with Arbonne because you never know what's going to happen in life and when you're going to need that. So even if it just kind of seems like a fun, casual thing to you, it can turn into a pretty amazing blessing. So for us, it was this dramatically traumatic event that hit our family. And I really felt like when that came in, I always dreamed of building a solid Arbonne business, but I felt like when that happened, my business was going to slip away. I needed to focus all my time and energy into getting us through that and healing out of that. And so thought my business was going to go away. But in the midst of all of that going on, clients would either message me and ask for something, or they would refer someone to me, and I would be just completely wiped out, exhausted, no space mentally to reply, but I would just reply via Facebook chat or a text. Couldn't even pick up the phone. And right before that traumatic thing that happened to our family, I had found this little band of people on Facebook, and had started following sort of the system and thought, oh my gosh, this is so great, because I always felt like Facebook or social media was going to be a great place to grow a business. And there it was all laid out for me, so I was able to tap into that when I thought I couldn't work my business anymore. And the reason I share that with you guys is because everybody goes through a season in their life, whether it's a new baby or a sick family member or a big move or surgery, divorce, like all of these things, right? Sometimes our lives go along so easily, and sometimes they just don't. And I was blessed to have found this system that I kind of in my head wished it existed but didn't have the skill sets to put that together, had found it, and then was able to tap into it. So my Arbonne business is basically now what I do to relieve stress and to enjoy. And these little moments, I work my business in little seconds and minutes of the day. And I think that one of the blessings that came out of that is I was finally able to get out of the way in my own business. So before, I would take the advice of building relationships, and I would build relationships so much that I couldn't even do the business end of it because I was afraid to ask them to try something or, look at the business or whatever that was. And so I overthought things, and because I had to stop overthinking things. I could barely function, and I was literally just answering Arbonne questions or sending out the link as a 1 a.m. stress reliever. What I witnessed was I thought I was being nice and polite and tiptoeing and fussing over my wording. What I witnessed was people liked that short, succinct message that I was able to reply to them. I was always nice and polite. They didn't know what was going on in my life, but it was all about them. It wasn't about me hemming and hawing and trying to make it all about them. It really actually became all about them. And I was able to get out of the way. And what I got and what I witnessed was people thanking me for letting them try things, or thanking me for this like VIP service that they got access to, getting to try the skincare and they loved it, or getting to be part of, 30 Days to Fit and Virtually Fit and doing all those things that made their life made their life better. And they were thanking me for taking the time to, for sending out the emails that they were getting automatically. They were thanking me and asking me questions about that and follow-up questions. So it was pretty incredible. And what I learned was that people, when you send out the link or you ask them to do each little tiny step of this system, sometimes you have to remind people multiple times, but it can be done in such a nice, fun, casual, caring way that you don't have to worry about, oh my gosh, they didn't reply to me. It's been 3 minutes. It's been 3 days. It's been whatever. You don't have to stress about it. You can follow up with them repeatedly because you're caring about them. And you know they're going to enjoy this experience and you want them to have a great experience. And that's all it is. And that, to me, has been so fun to watch that shift in my mindset. And now I don't beg and ask people to do me favors when they're trying things. Now it's like, let me, someone makes a post about how exhausted they are or how they're sick of, or they're scared to try on swimsuits because summer's coming or whatever that is. And I can private message them and say, hey girl, I saw your post and you made me laugh, or I can totally relate, or whatever that is. And I make it short and about them. I want to pamper you. I want to take care of you. And they usually know that I do Arbonne, but not really. A lot of times they'll be like, what's Arbonne again, or whatever it is, and I send them the link. I don't have to sit there and, think, well, what should I say? Should I say it like this? Should I say it like this? What about it? I send them the link, and they're off watching the video and answering questions about themselves, and they're feeling good because somebody is asking them questions about themselves. About them. Did I say that correctly? So all the begging and the asking, all that went away. Now they feel like they've been invited to an experience with this multi-million-dollar leading-edge company in health and wellness that they have an inside scoop because they know me. And it's such a cool shift. I don't know. Hopefully I'm doing a decent enough job of explaining it. But the thing is, too, somebody said, I think it was Jane, but she read it somewhere, it was this fail forward concept, and it was just screw it up. Screw it up, send a message at 1 a.m., and then realize, oh, they just saw it at 8 a.m. when they woke up, or and then they looked at their Facebook, and so it was no big deal. Or, I do typos all the time, and I've said the most embarrassing things to people who have gone on to become, join my team because of my typos. You can't screw it up as long as you are constantly enjoying yourself and learning from the process. If you allow yourself to screw up and keep learning from the process, you're going to excel in this. It isn't about ads on your Facebook page. People want to know what the Arbonne lifestyle is like. If it was about just blasting Arbonne and making ads, Arbonne could do that themselves. They wouldn't need consultants. It's about listening to that other person, whether it's going and reading their wall and seeing what they're about and then messaging them privately and being able to, or it's about reading their profile and talking about what they marked. They're not just clicking off boxes. They're actually, those are little invitations to, hey, let's talk about this. Let's have a discussion about it. And because of that, referrals now have been coming in very easily and most of the time more than I can handle. I think that's the really fast version because everyone,
Thank you. I appreciate that. Olivia, just the quick backstory with Molly is I earned the trip a couple of years ago 100% virtually. And as far as I knew, I was the only person that had done that because as far as I knew, I was one of the only people that was working 100% virtually. And I posted something about it. And Molly sent me a message and she said, hey, you don't know me, but I just wanted to let you know how you affected my life and let you know that actually I was able to go on that trip too. And this is why it meant so much. They had gone through this really difficult time as a family. And then she got to go on this trip and we became instant friends and have been the best of friends. And I can't even imagine my life without her now. And we didn't meet until I think GTC last year. Yeah. So, when people say this is a belly to belly business, my answer is it's a heart to heart business, and you can connect to somebody's heart without being in the same room with them. And so I love you, Molly. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful to, the people that have surrounded me and changed my level of confidence and been able to put all this together because of that. And, the three of you guys are amazing. So thank you.
Thank you, babe. You saved my sanity, girl.
It's mutual.